What's up everybody, it's Friday, it's the Anfield Agenda, or as we like to call it today, it's Champions League quarter-final day. I'm sure you've all seen the draw, we'll go through it in detail. We'll have a look ahead to the weekend's game against Fulham, we'll talk about the nonsense that is the international break that's coming up. But look, first and foremost, it's St. Patrick's Day weekend, or St. Patrick's weekend, whatever way you want to phrase it. I'm Irish. You'd imagine that that's a big deal to me, but it really isn't. All it does mean is that it's a bank holiday weekend, so I hope wherever you are, you've got a good weekend planned. You're spending time with family, friends and loved ones, and of course you've made enough time to watch the Reds in action. 2:15 on Sunday away against Fulham, a game that if we win would put us back on top of the Premier League, although Manchester City would of course have a game in hand. Anyway guys, the weekend is here. Let's see who's in. Who have we got with us tonight? Kyle, Scotty, Mossy, Elite Martial, Badge, Jamie, Leitrim, Bateson Jr., Sean W, Adrian Hall, Roberto, Luke, Sebastian, Joe, who else? Andre, Good Day Podcast, Brendan F. Farrell, John Hamilton, lots and lots of Ethan as well. Apologies if I missed out on anybody, but every night when I come on, it's getting more and more people in the chat. It's getting more and more difficult to say hello to everybody. John Hamilton as well, Ethan Collins, I think I've got everybody. Gio Wan. Again, if I've missed anybody there, I do apologise, but how the hell are you? I hope you're all keeping well. Look, no doubt you're all delighted with the draw today in the Champions League, and we will go through this. We'll talk about all the permutations, and we'll talk about the fact that some people, I think Liverpool fans, are getting a little bit ahead of themselves, looking towards the semi-final. There's lots and lots for us to get through, but look, at the end of the day, you got to be confident with that draw. You've got to be confident with that draw. I'm over the moon with it, if I'm being honest. Okay, who have we got in? This is the first time I can say the draw's not rigged, said Good Day Podcast. Andre's giving it the whole LA. Greetings, said John Hamilton, to everybody. What's this? I want Craig to suddenly come out on the screen. Come out? I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what you mean by come out, but I'm happily married, let's put it that way. Right, what else have we got in? Welcome. Craig been dancing since the draw, I'd say. Do you know what? I'm kind of a little bit ambivalent towards the quarter-final draw. I'm definitely one of those people who's looking towards the semi-final, I'm not going to lie. I'm looking towards I'm looking towards the Barcelona-Manchester United semi-final. I'm not even going to lie. Sabrina doing his makeup. No, she isn't. I was just, it was 9:30. I was on time, relax. It's all good. I was on time yet again. That's like 2 days in a row. Like, it's a miracle for me at this point. Right, have we got? Don't forget to give a thumbs up. Say Good Day Podcast. Craig, are you late? I'm never late. Never. Not me. I love Champions League so much, said Sam. Porto tie, very impressive. How are you doing, Craig? I am tickety-boo. Tickety-boo with a capital T, actually. Well, let's go through the Champions League draw. As you know, it was made today. First out of the hat was Ajax against Juventus. Second up was Liverpool against Porto. Then we had Spurs against Manchester City. And the final tie pulled out of the hat was Barcelona against Manchester United. We'll go through and start with Liverpool, of course. Now, we're away in the second leg, which is always the more difficult thing to do. Unless, of course, you're playing Bayern Munich, in which case you just draw 0 all at home. Stroll over to Germany, win 3-1 and come back to listen to Stevie Nicol talking shite about you not playing too well. But anyway, there you have it. Look, there's no two ways about this. That was the easiest draw we could have gotten. I think that's fair enough to say without being disrespectful to Porto. I remember somebody sent me a video of Mark Goldbridge's reaction when Liverpool drew Porto, and he did look impressed. But you know what? Fuck them. Fuck United. Fuck everybody else. Fuck all the haters. Not fuck Mark. Obviously, Mark's a nice lad. But fuck all the haters. Fuck them all. We got a draw. We got a draw against Porto. We'll take it. It's the easier draw there. Let's be fair. Second leg at the Estadio Dragao? Is that what it's called? The stadium. So look, I'm thinking we're going through that fairly handily, and I don't know if that makes me big-headed or not. How's everybody else feeling about it? Is everybody like me and just thinking that's it, we're through to the semi-final? And I'm not taking last season's games into account here, because yeah, we went over and we destroyed them over in Porto last year, but I'm not honestly not taking that into account here. I'm taking into account the fact that the teams that we could have had there, Juventus, City, United, Barcelona, Spurs, Ajax, this was definitely on paper the easiest one, let's be fair. Adrian Dunham, or Durham, I was going to say Adrian Dunham, how the fuck is he hated? He's a comedian in America hating us. Do you know what we say to Adrian Durham, Bernadette, mate, like we do to everybody else? Fuck them. Fuck all the haters, we're here to enjoy ourselves. Good luck to Spurs, said Ethan Collins as well. Look, that's difficult, and it's a game for Spurs. They're going to be playing Manchester City 3 times in a very, very short period of time. Press Salah said 8-1 aggregate against Porto. I'm feeling winning the Champions League, improving defence. 7-1, said Prez actually. Hey Craig, funny how the draw kept the 4 favourites apart, but I'll take it. It did. And look, on this now, there's a few things we have to go through with regards to the draw. We know Liverpool playing Porto, and we know that if Liverpool get through, then they're playing against the winner of Barcelona against Manchester United. Now, here's something that's very important to talk about here, guys. If both Manchester City and Manchester United qualify for the semi-finals, that means that Liverpool would have to give up the advantage of having the second leg at Anfield. We touched on this last night on the stream because according to protocol, according to your policing issues, according to UEFA rules, I believe, two teams from the same city cannot be at home in the same week, or well, the same night, or on alternative nights, so Tuesday, Wednesday. So if Manchester City get through to their semi-final and by some fucking miracle Manchester United beat Barcelona over 2 legs, which, look, let's be fair, it's not going to happen, but if by some miracle Manchester United beat Barcelona over 2 legs, then we have to swap it round and we will have the first leg at Anfield and the second leg at Old Trafford. So that wouldn't be great. That would be like giving up a bit of an advantage, but look, we'll cross that bridge if and when we get there. As I've said, I don't realistically see Manchester United getting past Barcelona, and I think even the staunchest Manchester United fans who are still buzzing over their win against Paris Saint-Germain can understand where I'm coming from with this one, because look, they're not going to get past Barcelona, are they? Am I being too mean on them to say that? I don't think I am. They're not getting past Barcelona, so it's going to be, let's be fair about this, it's going to be a Liverpool-Barcelona semi-final, and the other side, you'd imagine maybe Juventus, Manchester City. But you know what? You can't write out Ajax or Spurs, because Ajax have went over to Madrid and knocked out Madrid. Right, let me go through your thoughts anyway. Liverpool for the double this year, said Jersey Boy. Messi hasn't scored against Liverpool before. Hopefully we can keep that record. I still love Messi though, as do I, mate. As do I. I'm a big fan of Lionel Messi. How could you not be? Spurs have to play City 3 times in 11 days, said Ethan Collins. City have too many fixtures. FA Cup, Spurs 3 times, and the Premier League they'll draw a few, said Pragmaverts. I know, I was looking through this earlier on. Farwell sent me a link to a video. I think it was Kelly Cates, Miguel Delaney and Ian Wright, and they were talking about the fixture pile-up, and they were talking about Manchester City's fixtures, and just looking through them, they will drop points. They will. There's just too many fucking games there. And I'm not saying we won't drop any points. We have a difficult enough finish as well for the season. We've got Spurs at home, we've got Chelsea at home, and that's pretty much it with regards to the really difficult fixtures. Whereas Manchester City, as we know, have to go to Old Trafford. They have Spurs coming to the Etihad. Then they've got Spurs in the Etihad in the Europa League. Excuse me, not the Europa League, in the Champions League. And then of course they have them at home as well. Barca will batter United, said Murder on Zidane's floor. Daily Vidal says we can focus on the league and have a free hit at home against the weak opposition. Good situation for us. Mank fume is rife. I love a bit of Mank fume, I have to say. I do love it, but it's okay because Ollie's at the wheel. And he's going to guide them past United. No, he isn't. Football crazy Craig. Shit happens at Graham Holmes. Barcelona will stuff United, said Stephen Richards. I have a good feeling that City and Juventus will be turned over by Ajax and Spurs. One of those would be an upset, but for the two of them to happen would be, yeah, that would be nuts. It is crazy. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's play a little game here just for the fun of it. Predict the final. We know the route's true now. We know the quarterfinals. We know the semi-finals. Give me a little prediction. Who is going to be in the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium, on June the 1st, taking part in this Champions League final. David Carroll was in straight away before I'd even come out with it. Liverpool versus Juventus final. What else have we got? VVD will have Suarez in his back pocket, said Ethan Collins. Fook and Porto get in. I nearly fell off the roof today when they announced that on the radio, said Farrell. Well, you didn't, mate, and you're safe, and that's the most important thing. Where in Ireland do you live? I live in Wexford, Daniel. Originally from Dublin, buddy, but now I live in Wexford. Liverpool versus City in the final. What have we got? Juventus versus Liverpool. What's the main reason teams are afraid to face Liverpool? There's many reasons, mate. Our defence, of course, our front three, the manager, the atmosphere inside Anfield. Liam Kelt reckons a Barca Juventus final. And look, I like that you're being honest there, mate. I appreciate that. Pranav goes City versus Liverpool. Liverpool versus Juventus for Red Hulk. Liverpool Ajax for John Hamilton. Liverpool Juventus for Brian Kelly. Ajax Liverpool for Legion for Sam. City Barcelona for It's Alex. Again, I do appreciate people being honest here. And look, you look at the semi-final. If Liverpool get through against Barcelona over 2 legs, that is going to be a very difficult tie. But a proper European tie if we can get through. Pool versus Juve, said Sean. Liverpool versus City. Can you imagine that for a Champions League final? The league comes right down to the wire. Whoever wins it, wins it. And then we go to Madrid a few days later for a Liverpool-Manchester City final in the Champions League. That would be a crazy finish of the season. Mossy Yossi said Liverpool Juventus. Graham Holmes, Liverpool Ajax. Bernadette said Liverpool City. Liverpool Barca for Good Day Podcast. Where is our friend Floating Fox comment gone? Where was his one gone? Oh, there we go. Liverpool versus Ajax, or for who have we got? Graham Floating Fox. Liverpool versus Man City. Pragma versus City. Liverpool. Stevie Richards, hello Craig. I think it's Ajax and Liverpool. That would be a beautiful final. Stephen Richards, absolutely beautiful. Daniel said I live in Coleraine. I love Northern Ireland, mate. Belfast in particular. I'm forever going. Well, I say forever. At least twice a year I tend to go up there with the wife if we can get a couple of nights away together. It's I love it up there. Liverpool versus Man City in the final, said Maine. Liverpool Spurs, that's interesting. Eyes on the prize at Evan Guest. We want Manchester City competing as long as possible in the Champions League to continue applying the pressure on their league title challenge. And look, it's easy, I suppose, for us to get excited about the Champions League here. And look, I'm not begrudging anybody that excitement, but I still stand where I've been all season. It's the Premier League for me. It's the first top priority. If any of this distracts Manchester City in any way, shape or form, then I'm all for it. But I want that Premier League title more than anything else. You don't turn your nose up at the Champions League. How could you? It would be foolish to do so. And as somebody else pointed out to me yesterday, look what a couple of seasons it's been for Liverpool already, folks. Champions League final last year with Jurgen Klopp. And then this season, we're into the quarterfinals of it already. We've got a favourable enough draw, and we're still really, really neck and neck with Manchester City for the Premier League title. Manchester City are the bookies' favourites, and we were 4th favourites. Do you know what, Azzy, last season, mate, Manchester City were the bookies' favourites as well, and look how that worked out for them when they came up against the Reds in the Champions League. Neil Anthony said, Adrian Durham is a dick. Gary Richards, hi Craig, think it's safe to say we have a good chance of getting through to the semi-finals. I think that's fair enough, Gary, mate. I don't think anybody would begrudge a Liverpool fan going into this game confident. You couldn't, could you? I mean, apart from the fact, as we said, park up the fact we beat them last season, we're a better side than Porto on paper, but football isn't played on paper. We're still going to have to show up over 2 legs. First leg at Anfield, second leg over in Porto. Liverpool versus Spurs final, Ajax versus Barca final, said MJ. We're spoiled with all these fixtures, get in. It is lovely, isn't it? It's absolutely lovely to get to this part of the season and still be involved in the 2 major competitions. People, when we went out of the domestic cups, we went out of the FA Cup, the League Cup, people were starting to think, Jesus, you know, putting all your eggs in one basket. But when you see now, right at the business end of the season, and Liverpool are still there. And look, Manchester City are in all 4 competitions. They've won 1, they're in 3, fair play to them. Don't begrudge them one bit of their progress. But let's focus on us, and we're still in the 2 biggest competitions we enter this season. If I asked every single one of you, ladies and gentlemen, we can be in the running for 2 competitions at the end of the season, what would you want it to be? It would have been the League and the Champions League, and we're there or thereabouts in both. So exciting times ahead. There's nothing better than having something to play for right at the end of the season. Porto fans are piping up. Did they not remember what happened last time? To be fair to them, they've got to be confident as well, because they're after knocking out Roma, who they seen was last season's semi-finalists as well. A weakened Roma than there was last season, but still a Roma side nonetheless that they knocked out, so they're going to have some confidence from that. Domestic Butler said, now the dust has settled on a great win and a great draw. We play average football and beat teams like Munich. What's going to happen when we hit top form? That's what I've been thinking to myself lately, mate. Yeah, people are saying that we're not playing great. We're grinding things out. Some of the pundits are saying the same. We didn't play well to go over to Munich and win 3-1. Well, do you know what? We won 3-1. As you rightly said, we went over to Munich and we left. Got the win that we needed and we progressed. It's the league and the draw today has done us favours, said Liam Kelt, which it absolutely has. Bobby Barron, how are you, mate? Great to see you win again. We were lucky in fairness. We were a little bit, but look, we'll take it. Fun fact, Liverpool have never lost a 2-legged tie in a European competition with Klopp in charge. We got to the Europa League final and the Champions League final in the last 2 years. That is a fun fact, mate. I love reading fun facts. Larry Leach is in the house. How are we, my friend? Welcome. I hope you're going to have a lovely weekend. I hope you've got lots of interesting, fun stuff planned. Leitrim for Sam said, Craig, do you think we can truly win the double? I'm 110% confident we'll at least win one of them. Do I think we'll do the double? No. Can we? Yeah. Am I like you and confident we'll win one of them? Absolutely. Maybe I just can't let myself believe in the double just yet. We're capable of it, without a shadow of a doubt. We've got European pedigree. This team are now seasoned in Europe. Final last season, quarter-final already this season. It would be foolish of me to say that we wouldn't, have a good chance against Barcelona over 2 legs if we can get through to the semis. And of course, look, I'm assuming Barca beat United as well. But even if it's United, I'd favour us over 2 legs against Manchester United. Could the top 6 all qualify for next season's Champions League? No. 5 teams is the maximum, Graham. I remember reading an article about this earlier on, and I don't want to give you the permutations for this one. But 5 I think is the maximum. If definitely not 6. What else have we got? I hope Genie won't start and Naby does. Naby's touch and go. If we're talking about this game at the weekend, Max Warrior, Jurgen Klopp said there's going to have a late fitness test before he can make a call on him. Craig, if we got Ajax, we'd be playing in the purple kit. We didn't though, so we'll happily have the red one. Would you rather the League, Champions League or UEFA? Would you rather League, Champions or UEFA? League Champions. Oh, 100% Aaron, I want to win the Premier League. 100%. Now, if we won the Premier League this season and next season you're asking me the same question, buddy, I'm taking the Champions League because I love a European Cup. More than anything else, a European club it's the pinnacle, I suppose. It's the pinnacle of European football. But for a club like us that haven't won the league in heading on 30 years now, it has to be the league, doesn't it? But you never snub your nose at the Champions League or European Cup, as us old schoolers call it. Fact, the Champions League final is a few days before the Nations League, so Jersey boy. What's the bookies' odds of Liverpool winning the Champions League? I want to say 5-1. I'm sure I seen that somewhere earlier on, Tom, but I could be wrong. Oh look, as he said, 9-2. Sky bet 5-1. So yeah, I wasn't too far off. I was pretty much close enough there. I'd let Keita off the leash against Porto and see what we can do. Oh yeah, look, against Porto at home particularly, Naby Keita. But Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain looks like he'll be back for that one as well now. Whether he'll be ready to start the game, I don't know, but he could have some involvement. Fact, the Champions League is the same day as number 1 son's wedding, said Gonads. Oof. I'm sure, do you know what, mate? I'm sure you can wrangle it being played at the reception or something. There's definitely something that can be figured out there, mate. We'll get our heads together and think this one through if the worst comes to the worst for you. Although, when your son getting married, it can hardly be the worst, can it? And if it's the day your son's getting married and the Reds are in the Champions League final, then let's be honest, mate, that's a pretty damn special day. Right, what else have we got? Shout out, please. Don't do them. Sorry, move on. I'm only joking. Shout out, Nifty Mr. Me. How are you, mate? Welcome to the stream. I want Barca out because Barca are doing amazing lately, so you want to play Manchester United. Oh, hang on, Bobby. You're a Manchester City fan, aren't you? Sorry. Number 5 team is maximum. United come in 6th and qualified. No, 5 teams is maximum. United came 6th and qualified. I don't know what you mean by that. You're kind of... Maybe you're contradicting there. 5 teams is the maximum, isn't it? But as you said, United won the Europa when they came 6th. But yes, 5 teams is the maximum that you can have in. And 6 is the maximum that you can have in European competition, I think, as well. So I think that we'd only have 1 team in the Europa then. Am I right with that one as well? We'll do the double. Got this fair and haven't even got this far. I think you've been saying haven't even got going yet. Aren't we away this game? Yes, but I always put our Liverpool score first. I know Connor made the image, so let's all blame Connor. Let's all point and blame Connor. No, to be fair to Connor, it is me. I always told him to put Liverpool's name first when we're doing the score predictions. Just makes it easier. But yes, we are definitely away against Fulham this weekend. 2:15 kick-off. Right, what else have we got? I have a few more bits and pieces in my notes, by the way, but I want to get through some more of your comments because the more that they move quickly, the more I want to get through them because I know people are taking the time to write them. Guys, first shout out of the night. If you're watching the stream for the first time or if you just haven't subscribed yet, please do take a moment and hit that button and of course drop a like on the stream. Thank you so much to everyone that watched the 2 short Champions League streams that were done this morning. I had no intention of doing those streams. I've got to be honest. I said to you guys yesterday, nope, won't be streaming the Champions League draw. Not a chance in hell. I'm going to be sleeping. I'm knackered. So what happens? I'm fast asleep. Doorbell rings. Postman's there, dropping some stuff in. And shout out to Kev's LFC artwork, by the way, who sent me over a lovely print of a drawing that he did of Liverpool players. So thank you for that one, Kev. You can follow him on Instagram, Kev's LFC artwork, if you're over there. Thank you for that. Anyway, so Postman wakes me up, so I've got to get my ass out of bed. And then I'm thinking, right, it's 25 to 11. Draws at 11. Let's see if Connor's on WhatsApp. So I had a look and I was like, oh, he's awake. Right, Connor, can you make me up a thumbnail and an OBS image, please, for the Champions League draw? But I need it in 10 minutes. And Connor, being the absolute champion that he is, said, yeah, I can get that. And sent them over to me. So there we were. Done the stream. Enjoyed doing it. Wasn't awake. Enjoyed it nonetheless. But thank you very much. Pay a lookalike going ads to stand in for you, said Bernadette. Nailed it, Bernadette. I mean, if I look at it and like it, mate, I'll stand in for you. I mean, if you just happen to be this handsome or bald or you know all the slaggings at this point that I get. Getting to 30 years with no title is bemusing for a club of our size. It's become more irritating as the season has gone by, said Graham. Yeah, it has, Graham. It is almost unfathomable that a club the size of Liverpool have gone 30 years without a top league title or top division league title. It's nuts. Goal scorers for tomorrow. It's Sunday, but I made that mistake as well, David, myself. And by the way, congratulations on 10k. Thank you, mate. I'm going to keep saying that Mo Salah is going to score, David, until he does. So I'm going to give Salah 2 on this one. So 2 for Salah, 1 for Bobby Firmino, and who will we give the other one to? Fabinho. Fuck it, let's give Fabinho a goal. Salah's going to get his 50th on Sunday, said Farah 9. Have you gone to any games this season? No, not this season, Ethan. And I said this a few times over the course of the year. This is the first season in my adult life I haven't been to watch Liverpool. And it's going to get, apart from the fact I couldn't get tickets, but even parking aside the ticket issue for the moment, doing the streams is going to limit me from going over to any games. And I've come to peace with that because I enjoy doing this so much and I enjoy meeting and talking to other Reds. And I'm aware that if I don't do the streams, then nobody will be doing the watch-alongs. And look, people can watch them elsewhere, of course, but, you know, I've got into a routine and I like it. Look, I will try and get the games, of course, but I'd say for this season, we're fairly safe that I won't be getting over. I was actually originally supposed to be going to this game this weekend. We were offered tickets months ago, but they didn't come true. And thankfully, we hadn't booked our flights. But, as we do know, myself and Connor will be over on the weekend of the 12th and 13th, the last game of the season. No match tickets, and we don't think we're going to get any, but we want to meet up with as many of you guys as possible. So if you're heading to Liverpool for the final game of the season, if you live near Liverpool or just want to pop up to Liverpool, have a bit of an end of season party with us, record some content with us, please do let us know. Myself, Connor, October, I think Kev might be coming up as well. I think Charlene said she might be dropping down from Scotland. Stephen Richards and Louise are going to be there, and many others as well who I just can't remember at this moment in time. Yeah, we'd love you guys to let us know so we can all meet up, organise something, film something together. If we can't get tickets, fuck it, we'll watch the game together and we'll do a live watch along with all of us there, whether that be in a function room, in a pub or whatever it is. We'll sort something out. Craig, your hair was a mess this morning. I know, Stephen, I'm ashamed of myself, mate. But you know when you've got that just out of bed hair, you just go with it sometimes, buddy, don't you? As you know yourself. Trevor Beattie, how are you, mate? Thank you for popping in. A Premier League team outside the top 4 wins the Champions League title and the English Premier League team wins the Europa, then 4th place will miss out on the Champions League. This is the only instance, said Evan, and thank you for clearing that one up, buddy. As he's gone 3 for Salah and 2 for Trent, 1 with a free kick, I think. Is Trent 5th for Fulham? Yes, I believe so. I believe so, domestic butler. The only doubts, well, actually, do you know what? I'll go to Jurgen Klopp's press conference because I have a little few notes on this. So Jurgen Klopp has confirmed that Jordan Henderson will not be fit for Sunday's game against Fulham and that Naby Keita will face a late fitness test, as we spoke about a little bit earlier on in the stream. I'll go through my team that I've selected for the game against Fulham at the weekend. And look, we can circle back around to the Champions League later on for people that are just joining a little bit late or people that didn't get their question through. And we will get back to it because there's lots to talk about there. For me, ladies and gents, I haven't changed the back five. The back five doesn't need to be changed. I don't think Lovren's fully up to speed yet. It'll probably be after the international break before we might see Dejan Lovren start to be reintroduced from the start. So I've gone with the back five the same. Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Matip and Roberto Robinson, I was going to say. Andy Robertson. My midfield for this game, I've gone for Fabinho, Gini Wijnaldum and Adam Lallana. Now look, Jordan Henderson isn't available. Jimmy Milner, I don't think has the guile that we need for this game. Keita is hit and miss. He's on the fence. We don't know whether he's going to be ready to go. I'm being honest, I'm not a fan of Shaqiri starting. I've said this a long time. So I've gone with Adam Lallana because of his impressive performance in the last game. So for me, Wijnaldum, Fabinho, Lallana, and then the front three is the front three. That's what I've gone with for my 11. I've also gone with a 4-1 win for Liverpool. I think it's going to be an open game. I think we're going to give them a good hiding, to be fair, but I always try and be a little bit kind and give an opposition team a goal or underplay what I actually think might happen. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on it. I'd love to know how you guys are feeling ahead of the game on Sunday. A win for Liverpool puts us 2 points clear at the top of the Premier League, albeit we will have played a game more than Manchester City. But you know what? Points on the board is points on the board. Why do I think we'll concede on Sunday? I just answered that on Corey. I always just, when I'm playing away, mate, I just sometimes throw in a goal for the opposition. I don't know if we will concede, mate. I don't want to seem big-headed when I give out these predictions sometimes. I don't want to just think Liverpool are going to steamroller everybody, so sometimes I just go, not 4-0, sure, fuck it, 4-1. Oh no, how can Liverpool win Sunday without him? Without who? Oh, if we're going for Henderson and being a smart arse, then, you know, I'll move on. Same scoring prediction, said Scotty. My prediction at the start was 3rd Arsenal, 2nd Liverpool, 1st City, said Bobby Barron. Oxlade-Chamberlain back after the international break, said Ben O'Donovan. 9-0 Gary's going for. Jesus Christ, Gary, that's apologies for my blasphemy there. That is that's a big score, man. What else have we got here? 3-0 for Sean W. That's a good shout for the team on Sunday, Craig. I'll go with that one, said Gonads. I think Shaqiri should start if Naby's not fit. Fuck you, Stephen. I know you're just doing that to wind me up, mate. Forgot you were on earlier, said Joanne. That's alright, mate, that's my fault. I've been changing it up a bit recently. If there's no football on basically at 8 o'clock, no Championship football or Premier League football or Champions League football or anything like that, I'll try and get on at 9:30. Sorry to be boring, Craig, but who's the ref for the Fulham game? Hand on heart, domestic butler, I don't know, I haven't checked yet. I'm sure that somebody in the chat can let me know who's the referee for that game. And good question. I keep forgetting to check these things every week, mate. Arsenal have a kind run-in, said Pragmaverts. Craig, what about Shaqiri, Fabinho and Lallana Sunday? As long as Fabinho's in there, mate, I'm sound. If Shaqiri's picked, Shaqiri's picked. I'll assume he'll have trained very well if he's picked, because the manager seems to be, you know, going with who's impressed him during the week. How do I feel about the draw? Somewhat disappointed, Mossy, but at the same time, happy. I can see us getting through to a semi-final. When you're in a semi-final, anything can happen, but I kind of did want, I don't want to say a bigger name because Porto are a European Cup winner. I don't want to disrespect them, but yeah, I was hoping for an Ajax or Barcelona, but you know what? Barcelona semi-final over 2 legs or a Manchester United semi-final over 2 legs will be rather nice, so I'm happy. I suppose I'm happy, mate, about the draw. How about you? Bernadette Farrell said if we can avoid injuries and have Gomez, Oxlade-Chamberlain and Lallana in top form, will be hard to beat. Who would you rather have, Salah last year or Van Dijk this year? Van Dijk, David, because conceding goal has been our Achilles heel for far too long. I'm thinking right back to 0809. I'm thinking back to Roy Evans before that. I'm thinking back to, well, maybe not 0809 so much under Rafa, but 13-14 certainly under Brendan Rodgers. As I said, back under Roy Evans now, last season under Jurgen Klopp, we were conceding too many, so I would go with Van Dijk, mate, but Salah last year was just unplayable at times. Chamberlain and Gomez back in a few weeks, hopefully they'll be fit to face Barcelona, said Murder on the dance floor. We win 2 titles this season. We'll have done it for the team who spent most of it on holiday and another 2 weeks up soon. Hopefully we'll give time to freshen the lads up for that last push. It's going to be such a hectic end to the season. I cannot wait. This international break, I want to go into hibernation. I just want to put my head down on Monday and just wake up when it's time for the next game. What else we got? 4-0, Mo 2, Bobby 1, Lallana 1, said Pranav. As he said, Craig Pawson is the referee, and so did John Hamilton. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for keeping us up to date on that one, Craig Pawson. Interesting. Let's just see how it pans out. At this point, Fulham are they're right up shit creek, let's be honest. Fabinho's the best number 6 in the league. He's better passing than Kante and can do headed passes at Pragmaverts. To be fair though, Kante's been played a little bit further forward this season. Jorginho's been playing more on the 6. Why don't they play Ben Woodburn? Because the manager doesn't feel he's ready yet, Bobby, or he's up to the level required. He went out on loan to Sheffield United, had injuries, didn't quite work out for him, and since he's come back he hasn't been brilliant. But look, he's still a very young lad, so still time to progress. Can we change Oktoberfest to Kloptober or Kloppofest? Kloptoberfest would be better, wouldn't it? But I'm sure we can. As long as you're buying the beers, Red Hulk, we can definitely do it. Pedro, I was going to say, excuse me, Pedro. Pedro said, this is a great draw, top 4 with a clear path to the semi-finals. Can we not have the 2, as in the Champions League and the Premier League? Damn right, Liam. I mean, we can defo have 2 if you want to be greedy. Pragmavert said 0809 11 draws. Yeah, I remember a couple of them really fucking frustrated me as well, as I'm sure it did everybody else. Dolksty Plays said Van Dijk world class. 13-14 we conceded 50 goals, and that tells you everything you need to know right there. Conceding 50 fucking goals and, you know, still being right in with a sniff of winning the league, having to score 100 plus goals, like, it was just nuts. We'll be Fulham 5-0, Mane hat-trick, Salah, Firmino to score, Lovren to come on and get a red card, said Mossy. No faith whatsoever in Degsy there, coming on, making his comeback from injury, and he's getting a redder, according to Mossy. I reckon about 6-0, 2 from Mane, 2 from Salah, 2 from Firmino. Oh God, I hope we're not all being too confident ahead of this one. But we should be confident because Fulham are not great, not in a great moment, as Klopp would say, not in a great moment. 3-0, said Corey, 1 for Salah, 1 for Lallana, 1 for Mane. Tom Jones saying, people saying we got an easy draw. How's Bayern as first knockout in PSG and Napoli in our group stage? Exactly, Tom. And it'll be interesting to see actually how Arsenal get on against Napoli over 2 legs. That's going to be an interesting tie in the Coronation Street Cup. But yeah, you're right. People can say we got an easy draw. We didn't. We got a very difficult group. Paris Saint-Germain and Napoli. Yeah. And look, Red Star, they beat us, but, you know, they weren't the hardest draw we could have gotten. Yeah, look, it is what it is. Fulham is a must-win, which it is, 100%. Chris Penfold, he said... Is it Chris Penfold Ivany? Are you changing your name every day, mate? Are you adding a letter in here every day, Chris? Or am I just missing? We're calling you Chris Penfold Ivany. Chris Penfold Ivany said, good evening, Craig. 3 points is a must Sunday. Hopefully go through against Porto. Barcelona would be tough. But we'd have a great defence. It would be such an interesting 2 legs, buddy, wouldn't it? Up against Barcelona. Champions League semi-final. 2nd leg at Anfield. Oh, God, it would be beautiful, mate. Just to let you know, every time Liverpool get through in the Champions League, I receive an email from a travel company letting me know about prices from Ireland to go over and watch the game. So, email went out today. Travel company. So here we go. I'm going to break this down for you just so you know how bad it is. Now, bear in mind, I live in Ireland. So, 2 options from the travel company. You can go on a day trip, which includes a ferry from Dublin over to Holyhead and a bus from Holyhead to Anfield. A match ticket. As soon as the game is over, you're back on the coach, over to the ferry, back to Dublin. It's around 20 hours travelling time. No hotel accommodation or anything like that. So, ferry, match ticket, coach, €499. Thank you very much for a day trip. Or the other option is a match ticket and a hotel room, no travel. Now, I want to get this clear. No travel. So, a match ticket, face value of about, let's be generous and say €70. And a hotel room which you're sharing with somebody else. So, let's be honest, face value of probably 80 quid. 160 quid for the room total. 2 people, so 80 quid. That's €150. What are they selling this hotel and match ticket for? €499. Don't you know very much? At least a 300 to 350 quid mark up there. Absolute scumbaggery of the highest order. These people are just legal touts, and it's absolutely fucking disgusting that they can keep getting away with this shit over and over and over again. So bear in mind, if I wanted to go over and get my own flights, let's say I got lucky and I got my flights for 200 quid return because the draw's been made, and then I went and got this 500 quid offer, that's 700 quid for a one night stay in Liverpool from Ireland, which any other time I want to fly over to England I can do so return for less than €50 pretty much when there's no football on. You know, go with Ryanair, 20 quid each way, there you go. 500 quid for a hotel and match ticket, or 500 quid for a day trip. It's absolutely piss taken. And I know I'm not the only one that's going to be facing this. There's people in England that are going to be facing it. There's people in Norway, Germany, France, everywhere around Europe are going to be getting ripped off. And this is only the quarter-final against Porto. Can you imagine what the fuckers are going to start charging for a semi-final against Barcelona? I'd love fourth spot to go to the last day, so Pragmaverts. VVD and Allison will win us the Champions League, said Antuago. Who are your scores in the 4-1? I haven't really thought about it, Mossy, but I want Salah to score. I think I said earlier on 2 for Salah, 1 for Firmino and 1 for Fabinho, I think. That's cheap. How the fuck do you think that's cheap? 500 quid for a hotel and match ticket is cheap? Are you smoking crack? That is nuts. Just back from Cheltenham. Nice to meet your countrymen. Plenty of crack and Guinness, said Billy. I hope you had a good time, mate. I hope you had a good time. Not into the GGs myself, mate, but I've heard it's a great day out. Hotels in Liverpool are going for like 200 quid on Friday before a Saturday game. Mate, I travel over to Liverpool for games a lot. As I said, I've been over there quite a bit, and I've never in the history of my time going over there paid more for my half of a room. Bear in mind, there's 2 of us staying in a room. I've never paid more than 75 quid for my half of a hotel room, ever. Even going over for the last game of the season this year, we're not paying that much. If I could keep being active, could I have a mod? We're not giving out anymore, mate. We've got loads of mods at the minute, buddy. And we've plenty to cover. So, apologies, I don't mean to be negative, but we just have loads at the minute, mate. What have we got here? Somebody said something about an average visit to Anfield from Switzerland costs me nothing less than around £700. Yes, mate, from Switzerland though. That's the thing. You've got a decent flight cost in there. I usually do my trips to Liverpool for about, if I get a cost price match ticket, or even if I pay a little bit more, let's say I pay €100 for a match ticket, I can usually do the basics for about 250 to 300 quid before I have really spend the money. So flight, hotel and match ticket, about 250 €300. What's that to a man if you're wealthy? I don't know, I'm not fucking wealthy, so a lot. Lallana and Origi are back, injuries won't stop them. How much for a broom closet? I might look into it. Knock Airport, Craig, 20 to 40 squid to Liverpool return. For this one, that it would be worth driving down, mate, I'm not going to lie. Cheaper to go to Porto. That's what I said to the missus. That's what I said. I could have done that. If he could have got a match ticket, it probably would have been cheaper to fly to Porto. Fulham won't score, 3-0, said Andrew Robertson's biggest fan. Cheap for what I've seen, unfortunately. Craig, there's a guest room with the Alamo, £10 per night, said Stephen Richards. Nothing is cheap these days. Was lucky, went home to game against Roma, not saying how much, wasn't cheap. It's a complete joke, said Domestic Butler. Allison is such a big game keeper, said Tom Jones. Who's your predictions to score? I think you probably just heard me gone through that one, buddy. Is Fabinho suspended for Fulham? No, that was a myth. The yellow card thing ended in December. Well, it refreshed itself in December, or went to 10 or something. He's only had 5, I think. Van Dijk to score twice as many, or Van Dijk to score twice, Lallana to score twice, let alone the front 3 too, said Joan Fisher. What else have we got? Sorry guys, I'm trying to keep up with all the comments, so I'm scrolling back through to see for the ones I've missed. Look for a cheap hotel in Southport or Crosby and get the train in. That's the problem, mate. If I'm doing it myself, Bernadette, I can always sort it out. It's just getting hold of the match tickets, and the only way to buy the match tickets from these particular companies are a match ticket and hotel accommodation. If you get the match ticket, you're sound. You can absolutely get away over there cheap enough. And look, if I'm being honest, if I had to, I wouldn't even book a hotel. If it was the case that they were too expensive, I would just fuck around in the city and go back to the airport. Like, who said that's cheap? Smoking the funny stuff. Camper van Craig will rock up to the Raptors gaff. I went to the Roma game last season in Anfield and paid 150 for a ticket. Yeah, but that was your choice, Ethan, for a ticket. I understand that. I would happily pay 150 quid for a ticket to a Champions League semi-final. Happily. But, you know, that would still include them charging 350 quid for the hotel room, if you're looking at the way I was talking about. Who do you fly with, Aer Lingus or Ryanair? Usually Ryanair, as if I'm being honest. Ryanair is usually the way in. Craig, I've been looking for flights for the Champions League final from Glasgow to Spain. It's £300. That's only for 3 of us. Going to Madrid, I'm wanting to go. Do you? I looked yesterday actually from Dublin. I think it was coming in at just about 270, 280 euro return, Scotty, from Dublin for the Champions League final, which I actually thought was reasonable. Actually, it's not reasonable. I think it's good. I think that's cheap enough, actually. Because just flying to Madrid alone, you usually expect to pay 200, 250 quid a flight. Camper van and park on the Priory Road car park behind the ground, said Gonads. What else is it? I've seen them advertised up here, up north, for £200 return if you're in the ITK club. There you go, said Ronnie. Do you think City versus United will decide the title? It will have a part to play, David. I'm not sure if it will decide it. I suppose a lot depends on how we fare over the next month or so. What are they playing? The 27th of April, something like that. So, yeah, it's going to have an impact, I think. Opinion on the New Zealand situation. I always try and stay away from negatives outside of football on stream, Sam, but it's very disturbing. I'm not going to lie, mate. People being killed in the name of, or under the guise of religion or religious hate. There's just no need for it. Just let people be and treat people as you find them. I just don't get this hating anybody for just the colour of their skin, their sexual orientation, their religion. I mean, if I hate people, it's generally because they're cunts. Not just because they're from a specific group of people. I don't get it. I've never understood it. But of course, your heart, your love, your thoughts, your sympathy has to go to everybody over there. It's disgusting. It's just disgusting. The world is a scary place at times. Salah always dives. EGL Games always talks out his arse. What else can I do? Salah always dives. ELG_games. Sorry, ELG_games. How can I put this in a way that you'll understand, mate? Go fuck yourself. How much is a pint? Where? That's the where, mate. Depends where you're asking. Will the prices for football tickets go up after Brexit? I've got no idea. Haven't got a clue. Craig, people like myself and Louise are priced out of going to Anfield, so that's why I make sure I can watch every game on TV. Yeah, you're a local, Stephen, mate, so I can understand him. It kills you then when you look at like other stadiums around Europe or let's say Manchester City and you see empty seats. It's tough, but look, none of us have a right really here to complain. We're all in this together. We're all struggling to get tickets. I paid 180 to watch Wolves away in December. Came from Australia and got my ticket 45 minutes before kickoff. Wow. That is... I'm so happy it worked out for you, Daly, mate. Well in. Well done, buddy. You backed yourself and you got there in the end. I hope you had a good trip. Walked local pub, free, 5 points, 2 crisps, 30 quid. Should be on the way home, a tenner. Lovely and cheap. I can't watch football really in pubs, Dave. It's not my thing. Too many sound issues going on around me. Too many different voices. I'm going to do it for the last game of the season because, you know, we're going to be with people, but usually it's not my bag. Would you let Sturridge and Origi go, saving wages and buying one quality striker in the summer? Well, look, Sturridge is gone one way or the other because his contract is up, mate, so we're not going to really save anything there because we would have already budgeted for him probably being gone. Origi, yes, I would move on. Hey Craig, sorry I'm late. Have I missed anything important or interesting? Not too much, Joshua. We were just talking about the Champions League draw, buddy, and looking ahead to the game against Fulham at the weekend. Aston Villa's version of LA is hella cringe, said Louis. I'll watch on TV, only have to pay the satellite bill, said Pedro. That's kind of where I've been this season as well, buddy. What a fantastic draw for us, said Craig Weston. It's nice, isn't it? And looking ahead to the semi-final, if we dare do so, Manchester United or Barcelona, which makes it very intriguing indeed, Craig. Mane equals Liverpool's best forward at the moment, said Robert Milken. I don't think I can really disagree with that, Robert. He really is the one on form at the minute. If City beat Spurs in the quarters, Spurs might just do them over in the league in an attempt to ensure their league position, said John Hamilton. Yeah, there's no denying that today's draw does make the Premier League very, very intriguing as well. Would you buy anyone in the summer, and if so, who? Yes, Timo Werner. Yes, a 10, whether it be Fekir, whether it be somebody like Dybala, whether it be, I don't know who else. I don't want to say Torgan Hazard because I've watched him a few times. I don't think he's up to it, but yes, a 10, a centre forward. I'm gonna wait and see what happens with our midfielders in the summer before I'd say if we need another midfielder or not. As in like an 8, let's say. Keep seeing us linked to James tonight. I haven't seen that yet, but maybe it's because I'm not on social media, buddy. So, yes, but I don't know about James Rodriguez. He's too hit and miss for my liking. UEFA gave us Porto for my birthday. I was having a shit day. Happy birthday, buddy. Happy birthday indeed. Yeah, nice. Kai Havertz, please, said Louis. What's the Bayern game online creatively? So I like the way you said that, Antoine, mate. Well in. Craig, I'm going to come down to Liverpool for the last game of the season. Any chance I can meet up with you guys if I do? Absolutely, mate. Once we know exactly what's happening, exactly what the situation is, we'll talk it all through online, and we'll all of us on here, and we'll come to an agreement of where we'll all meet up. If not, maybe we can organise something. Maybe we can get a pub sorted out. Paul Anderson said, perfect scenario. Liverpool beat Porto, United beat Barcelona, we beat United, and then beat City in the final. And then we just take our big old balls, mate, and just plop them down on the table and go, there you go, deal with it, deal with it. Cape Town Muslim said, happy first leg at home and then away. You agree? I'd always prefer the second leg at home if possible, but I'm happy to do the first leg at home, second leg away against Porto, if that means if we got Barca in the semi, we'd have the first leg at the new camp and the second leg at Anfield, which is the way it's fixed. But again, just a reminder for anybody joining us late, on the Champions League draw, if both Manchester City and Manchester United qualify for the semi-finals, then Liverpool would have to give up the advantage of having the semi-final second leg at Anfield because of the whole thing about Manchester not being able to have two clubs, or any city being able to have two clubs playing on the same night or on alternative nights. So if United somehow beat Barcelona and Liverpool beat Porto and Manchester City get through against Spurs, then we would end up having to swap around and give up the advantage of having the second leg at home and go to Old Trafford for the second leg if by some miracle they beat Barcelona. Who are we playing? In which sense, David? Weekend, Fulham away, Champions League, Porto. If I upset you or didn't mean to, I have a condition called autism. You didn't accept me at all, Dan. No, not at all, mate. And I know what autism is, mate. I have it, as does my son. And you are very welcome onto the stream, Dan, mate. If there's ever anything I can help you with, buddy, or if there's something you're not sure about, now that I know what's up, please do ask me, Dan, and I will do my best to help you out, my friend. But as I said, mate, welcome to the stream. It's a pleasure to have you in. I want Klopp to surprise us with his summer signings. That's how much I trust him, said Antoango. I love your name, mate. I really do love it. It really just rolls off the tongue. Louis said, hey Craig, I was in Ireland the other day. I was staying in at Rocket Hall Hotel. I've never heard of it, Louis. Where is it, mate? If you don't mind me asking, where is it? It's a cool name though, Rocket Hall Hotel. I don't know where it is though. What a fantastic draw for us, said Craig Weston. I love it, mate. I do. I'm very happy. Not the one I would have hoped for, but certainly probably the easiest one we could have got. Craig, you should go to a boss night. Oh, I've seen them. They look like they put on an amazing show. I've seen a few of the videos and they look brilliant. They really do, I have to say. The guys that run Boss Night do a fantastic job. Very affordable as well from what I've seen. Jamie Webster as well, doing his thing. They look brilliant. And fair play to the guys at Boss Night for all the hard work that they do and the great nights that they put on. Hey Paul, what are your thoughts on the Reds facing Porto? Said John Frusciante. I'm a little bit happy and a little bit disappointed at the same time, John. Not the tie I wanted, but I can see a pathway through to the semi-final and a game against either Barca or United. So I'm happy, John. What's your thoughts on it? Craig could see Suarez and Coutinho back on Anfield soil. Hopefully in tears at the end of it, Craig. Hopefully in tears at the end of it after we knocked them out and marched triumphantly through to the final. I was hoping that we're going up in captaincy or capacity, start that again. Dave Sweeney said, I was hoping that with it going up in capacity, tickets would be easier to get, but it's harder. Success has a price. Yeah, and that's it, Dave. That is it. Success does have a price. We all crave Liverpool being successful, but one of the byproducts of success is, of course, new fans and new corporate people as well who come in and want to take up the corporate tickets. Yeah, and it's just supply and demand, I suppose, mate. It's sad. It's just one of the byproducts of success, like you've said. Leitrim for Sam said, I had a hurling game this evening and we won by a point. Tight one, mate, but well done for getting it over the line. 1 point is the slimmest of margins. Just come back from work, but what a set of games from the draw. Did you hear the idiotic comments made by Durham on TalkSport? I didn't, but a lot of people have been talking about this guy. I don't listen to TalkSport for various reasons. Firstly, because it's shy, really. It is pretty shy, let's be fair. Like, whatever other reasons you want to talk about TalkSport, it's sensationalist garbage 90% of the time. But no, I haven't heard what Adrian Durham has had to say. Somebody please do fill me in though on what this gentleman had to say about Liverpool Football Club. Who would you like to beat in the final of the Champions League if we could guarantee you would win it? Juventus, because I would like to I'd like to put Ronaldo down a peg or two, if I'm being honest. That's you guaranteeing I could win it though. That's the important part here, is the guarantee that we'd win it. Alison said if we win the league he'd join Jamie Webster on stage at the Boss Night. I'd seen that video, Bernadette. Yeah, that would be class to watch. I've seen the bit on LFC TV, but Jamie Webster's such a talented guy, isn't he? What else have we got? Craig, did you see the United stand live reaction of the draw today? Not gonna lie, put a smile on my face, no disrespect to him. I did. I spoke about it earlier on, Evan. Connor sent me a video of that somebody put up on Twitter of Mark Olbrich's reaction to Liverpool getting Porto. It was fun. It was fun. But you know what? I don't care. I'm fucking delighted United got Barcelona. Good enough for them. Then if they get through Barcelona, they're going to be staring down the barrel at us. So either way, it's not worked out too well for them. Would like to see Manchester United versus Liverpool in the next round, said John. Ajax taking advantage in Juve. That's going to be a very intriguing tie. As will Spurs Manchester City, actually. Yeah, it's thrown up a pretty good set of fixtures, hasn't it, this Champions League draw? Even the semi-finals, if you look at it, you know, either Ajax or Juventus against Spurs or Manchester City, that's two very good teams who are going to make it through there to the semi-final. And then Liverpool or Porto against Barca or United. So it's lining up to be an excellent competition this season. Is England playing this international break? Yes, I believe so. Should they call up Declan Rice? What else we got? You're great at what you do, Craig. Please don't stop what you're doing because true Reds rely on you. Dara, it's a pleasure doing it, mate. As I say, I get as much from this as anybody else does, my friend. And thank you for your kind words. But there definitely is no plans on stopping doing it anytime soon. Actually, we're upping it because we're starting a second channel in the summer. For those of you that don't know, and I'm sure most of you do, our second channel name, I'm going to put it in the chat now. And people always think I misspelled this when I put it in, or I accidentally put in a lowercase I. I didn't. The new channel is called Crack On. I've put it in the chat there. It's spelled C-R-A-I-C-O-N. Crack On. So yeah, that's going to be a new channel. We're going to be keeping this channel, of course, for the whole of next season, the season after, and moving forward. But Crack On is going to be a channel that's going to do non-Liverpool games. It's going to do a little bit of comedy stuff or taking the piss stuff. We're going to talk about subjects that myself and Connor find interesting. I'm going to have a little, I won't call it rant, but I'll have things I need to get off my chest. We're going to do video podcasts. We're going to interview some people as well. And we're going to have fun over there. But this is always going to be our Liverpool focus channel. What have we got here? I have Asperger's syndrome. I understand if you need any help. I'm here for you, and so was Craig, said Scotty. Very kind of you, Scotty. Okay, can somebody boot? I'll just boot him out. Save people doing it. Not even going to give him the time of day by reading his comment out. I just booted him out because it's, too disgusting for words, to be fair. Craig, it's in a place called... Oh, Ross Cree. Yes. Thank you very much, Louis. When's the fixtures for next season out? July, I think. Scotty, if memory serves me correct. I could be wrong, though. It's June or July. It's one or the other. I don't think they could make the ground 70k, not without doing some work on the infrastructure around it, transport links and that type of stuff, mate, which would cost a bomb. Where else have we got? Hope City get Ajax, said Bobby Barron. Of course you do, mate. You're going to hope for the easiest route through to the final. Excuse me, that's understandable. As a fan, that's probably what you want for your team. We need City to go far in most competitions, meaning more games for them, said Domestic Butler. Saw the reaction with Mark after watching you, Craig, was hilarious, said Paul Turner. Good morning, Mark Ross. How are you, mate? Welcome to the chat. Craig, what would you rather, Barca or United in the semis? 100% Barcelona, Evan, without a shadow of a doubt. It's a sexier tie, isn't it? It's a more glamorous tie. Welcoming Messi, Coutinho, Suarez to Anfield for the second leg would be lovely. The thoughts of playing the Manx again doesn't really tickle my fancy too much. I'd be more confident playing United over 2 legs than I would playing Barcelona, but I'd still rather play Barcelona because you're going to win it, you got to beat the best at some point, and yeah, I think it would be a really good 2 games of football. Still got to say, my mouth is completely gushing at the thought of a Liverpool-Man United semi-final, said Evan Guest. I won't be saying this too many times in my life, but I really hope United beat Barca. I'm exactly the opposite, buddy. But it is funny how we all look at this in different ways, isn't it? Craig, just in case you missed my comment, the hotel is in Tipperary in Ross Cray. Thank you, Louis. Buy the website if you haven't already, mate. Which website? Which website are you talking about, Sean? If you're talking about Anfield Agenda, we own it. If you're talking about Crack On, I actually don't know if we own it or not. I don't know if we do or not. Honestly, I hold a few, well, quite a few website domain names. I don't remember if we've got Crack On or not. And nor do I know if we need to build a website for it or not. But we do have AnfieldAgenda.com. Yeah, that guy's gone. Don't worry, go lads. I've already blocked him out. Just sub to Crack On. Thank you very much, Stephen Richards. White shirts and black shorts. I don't know what that's about. Watching a match day live, another level. I want to do it again. Had a great trip at Christmas. Thanks, Craig, said Daly. I'm so glad you had a good trip, buddy, especially coming all the way from Australia. Great that you had a good experience and that it was worth the trip for you. Larry Leeds said, once those fixtures are out, we have a trip to plan. We absolutely do, Larry. 100%, mate. Myself and Connor were only talking about this on Wednesday. Off camera, we were saying we have to sort out a trip to Calgary. We have to get over and see the guys. I would love to show Coutinho that he chose the wrong team. Said Liverpool, you never walk alone. Winter89 said, please pray for my country. If we're talking about New Zealand, mate, we spoke about it earlier on. It's extremely saddening, and there's not really much else I can add, buddy. But of course, our thoughts are 100% with you all. People should never die over this type of stupidity, hatred, bigotry, all that type of stuff. There's just no need for it in the world, my friend. Louis Bebb said, hello Craig, how are you? I'm doing fine, thank you, Louis. Not too bad at all. Right, have we anything else on my notes? Let me just, because I keep forgetting to do these. Oh yes, Sadio Mane has won the Champions League Goal of the Week, by the way, for his first strike against Bayern Munich, which of course you can understand because it was brilliant from start to finish. I'm not going to forget it. He pointed to Van Dijk where he wanted it. Van Dijk played that long straight ball. Sadio Mane ran onto it, took it down and took it away to his right a little bit. Keeper Neuer was coming out, he drops his shoulder, turns, leaves Neuer for dead, and still has the composure to lift it up with his left foot, past the defenders into the goal, and very much deserving of the Champions League goal of the week. So congratulations to Sadio for that. Well deserved. Craig, I'm surprised you've never heard of it. It's quite popular considering it's a 4-star hotel. How do I answer this one? I haven't had much call to be in Rosscray in Tipperary at any point to be looking into hotels, buddy. Probably why I haven't heard of it. Just sub the crack on. Thank you very much, Ethan Collins. Really kind of you, mate. Really looking forward to getting stuck into that in the summer. We've got some interviews and stuff lined up that we're going to go over to the UK and film, but I'm really looking forward to it. I have a feeling silly old Phil Coutinho will have a breakout game against the Scums in the Champions League and score, as will Suarez, said Poochmount. What's the name of the bar in Calgary that the supporters club use? My stepdad is a Scouser and is stopping Calgary on a holiday later this year. Larry, if you were there, buddy, can you help him out with that one? I can't remember it offhand. I'd have to go back and look through our conversation. I sometimes can't believe what I'm hearing. Great banter sometimes, but so many of the presenters talk crap to wind others up. Oh yeah, that's with regard to talk crap. What else have we got? 10k subs, absolutely King Banter. I'm delighted with that. It's been a really good week for us. The channel was 1 year old on Wednesday, everybody. So in case you weren't with us for that one, thank you for all your support. To hit 10k on our birthday was tickety-boo, as I always say, tickety-boo indeed. Craig, will you stream the Euros next year? I don't know. I might. Yeah, do you know what? I might on crack on. I probably will, actually. Any FA Cup predictions? No, not for me, buddy. I haven't really looked at them. I hope Wolves go through, though. I mean, I do like Wolves at this moment in time. I hope they go through. Do you think you can do a commentary if Liverpool reach the Champions League final, or might it be too stressful? Oh, 100% I'll be doing it. Don't you worry about that. Myself and Connor spoke earlier on, and I said to Connor, look, do you want to go over to Porto, to the Porto screening at Anfield? Do you want to go over to the semi-final screening at Anfield if we get there? And do you want to go over to the to the final screening at Anfield if we get there? And his answer to all of them was no, no, and no. You have content to make. Sit there in front of that computer basically and do those watch-alongs. So I've been very much put in my place. So yes, we will be doing watch-alongs for everything, for all the Champions League games, for the rest of Liverpool's Premier League games, and for the Champions League final if we get there. I will be doing a watch-along 100%. I might have to do something a bit special if we got to the final, but I'll definitely be hosting a watch-along somewhere. Just subbed the crack on, said Jersey Wells. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone that subbed over there, actually. United have the best goalkeeper in the world at present. Alisson is close, and their jammy beggars cannot handle them losing in the Champions League semi, or cannot handle losing to them in the Champions League semi, said Craig Weston. Yeah, I don't think they'll get through personally. Cat and Fiddle, excuse me, is the name of the bar, Jose. So Cat and Fiddle in Calgary. LFCCalgary.com for more information. Absolutely. So if anybody is ever heading over that neck of the woods and you want to meet up with some fellow Reds, or you just want to find out some nice places to go or eat or visit, Larry Leeds and the guys at LFC Calgary will look after you. So LFCCalgary.com. Please do check it out if you're heading over in that direction. I cannot speak highly enough of the guys. They've been so supportive of the channel since we've started. And chatting back and forth with Larry has been a pleasure. Seeing my bald, ugly, overweight head on TVs around the bar as well was humbling and scary at the same time. Porto will smash you, don't underestimate them, said Lanzini's pass. Fuck off, you absolute irrelevant cunt, and get out of my chat, you stupid prick. Oh my god. You know, I know you've been in before and you've been nice, but you can kiss my ass. Porto will smash you. Fuck off, you muppet. Porto aren't going to smash shit. 15k subscribers by the time we play in the Champions League final. You can do it. What? Porto, fuck off. Porto have a chance of beating you, I'd understand. Porto will smash you, you fucking plank. Gobshite. I only want City to win so they can play an extra game, said Paul Turner. Personally, I think De Gea is the best in the world with Oblak and Alisson up there. I agree, Craig. I agree. I would give David De Gea the best goalkeeper in the world as well. Yeah, I think that's my honest opinion. I only want City to win, so they play an extra game. So Paul Turner. What else we got? I was actually praying we wouldn't get United. Their fans are so annoying whenever we play them, especially when it comes to cup competition, said Louis. Cape Town Muslim said, did you see the presser Klopp's response about being ultimately judged by trophy? Said he doesn't care. Only God will judge him one day. Yeah, he said something along the lines of he doesn't care, as you said, about personal accolades. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. He wants us to win the league for the fans. And that was lovely to hear. He's a very humble man underneath it all, Jurgen Klopp. Craig, Mane wasn't in any of the training picks from today. Well, he wasn't ruled out, and I didn't hear anything on the contrary to him being available, mate. So I don't know. I'm sure he's fine. Would love to do the Manx twice in the big cup semis. In the final, that would be a story, said Billy. I'm going to Calgary next year. Can I come to the pub and watch a game with you guys, or do I need to be a member of it? No, I'm sure they would absolutely welcome you with open arms, Scotty. And I mean that sincerely. They're such a lovely group. What's the oldest Liverpool shirt that you own, Craig? Mine's a John Barnes shirt. I'm an idiot, Dara. An absolute idiot that has thrown away all my old Liverpool shirts over the years. I've got a really good retro copy with the Adidas and all on it of the 1990 home candy shirt that I wear for... It's my lucky shirt. That's probably the oldest one, if you're calling that a real shirt. Other than that, I don't really keep old shirts, mate. As I said, I'm terrible for stuff like that. Connor is the man, said Craig Weston. He's definitely the talent, I keep telling you, behind this channel. What's your favourite game you've done commentary to so far? Oh, it's difficult. The Everton one. That Divock Origi goal against Everton. It's definitely my favourite celebration so far. What's been my favourite one? It has to be the Everton one. It has to be. I don't remember going through as many emotions as I did in that. I was angry at people who were saying give City the league title. I was saying to people believe, and I was convincing myself, come on, just keep believing, keep believing. And then for Virgil van Dijk to slice under the ball with that shot, to turn away, and for probably most of us to just go, oh, for fuck's sake, and then watch the ball drop down, Pickford to do his fucking thing, and then a fall to Divock, him to score, and I was just expecting a flag or a whistle. I say it was that one, mate. If I'm being honest, I'd say it was that one. But hopefully I've got some more great memories to come and some more good games to talk about. All United fans saying that we have an easy team over two legs. Well, look, there's no denying, Dan, we probably did get the easiest draw, buddy. But as people rightly say, when you get to a Champions League quarter-final, there really are no very easy games. But I mean, United fans are going to be a little bit upset after getting Barca probably, but I'm happy. I'm happy that we've a semi-final against Barca or United if we get through. Will I stream the FA Cup final? Probably not. Yeah, probably not. I'll probably watch it and just kick back. But we'll wait and see what happens when it comes around. Thomas McCabe said, what really annoys United fans is when you tell them the trophies are coming back. Look at the steady improvement since Klopp came in. Even City hate playing us from nobody fearing us. Exactly. We're absolutely sound, mate. We're in a very good place. What else have we got? Okay, I've done that one. Flights booked for Porto and Chelsea at home in the league, said Martin O'Sullivan. Nice. Congrats, Martin. Yeah, nice. That must be a nice feeling, buddy, to look forward to. Hendo and Ox available after the international break. Great news, said John. What else have we got? Can you imagine how Robbo will be feeling after being booked after us going through? Yeah, he'd probably be quite happy. He'll be available for the away leg as well, which is really important. City at the Etihad, we got 1-0 down, backs against the wall, released attention, and then Mo scored. And then Bobby scored, I think. Wasn't it Bobby scored the second one? And then it was all tickety-boo. Right, okay, what else have we got? Where are we? Sometimes I like to wrap cling film around my index finger. It feels like I'm being kidnapped. I mean, that's very strange, mate. How does that make you feel like you're being kidnapped? That's very strange. Very strange indeed, Mr. Steamer. Can you imagine how Rob will be feeling? I've done that one. I'll never forget your reaction to Big Cock's goal against the Blue Shites at Stephen Richards. Yeah, it was. I cursed so much, mate, that it was demonetised, that celebration. Jurgen's not going to rush Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. He'll be fit to play some arranged games over the break. Cannot see him playing first team until near the end of April, said Gonads. And Twango said, who is Man City likely to slip up against in the Premier League? United is the obvious one, I guess, mate. But away from home, anything can happen as well. So let's just wait and see. Nelson said, Craig, you put Liverpool on the wrong side. I didn't, mate. I'm well aware we're not at home, but when I do my predictions, I always put Liverpool score first. I don't make them type of silly little mistakes, buddy. I'm pernickety in that I like Liverpool's name to be first when I'm giving my predictions. I know it's wrong. I know I should do it the other way, but it was intentionally done. Congrats, Craig and Connor, on your 10k, said Poochmount. If we play City in the final, can we deploy the Copperberg flags, said Billy. It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? I'm sure Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain will be getting minutes gradually increase over the next season, with next season being his objective, said Sean W. Jack's Page said Milner will start over Genie in my opinion. He looks leggy. I'd have no problem with that at all, Jack. Not that you should care whether I have a problem with it or not. I'm just saying it's so difficult to guess the midfield trio. Guys, we're only 2 subscribers away from 10,050. So if you are watching and you haven't subscribed, please do hit that button. And of course, drop a like on the stream. What else have we got? The new merch dropped as well. We spoke about this the other day. Actually, it was last night. If you want to have a look at it, the links are in the description. So there's new fucking mugs, fucking t-shirts, hoodies, phone cases. We actually only added the phone cases today. And there's a few other bits and pieces. So the links I said are in the description if you want to have a look at them. Must admit, I raised an eyebrow to Lallana starting the last Premier League game, but looking forward to seeing him start again, said Peter Ortiz. We can do this. Yeah, he played brilliant, Peter. He really, really did. I was as shocked as you, mate, and I think a lot of us were to see him start. But Kloppo said that he was brilliant in training, and you know what? Kloppo was right yet again. Palace will do the double and beat City, and I'll stop hating them so much, said Thomas McCabe. Dan said, I'm from Liverpool and I've not been to a match before. You've got time, buddy. Time on your side, Dan. It's definitely something to look forward to in life, my friend. And I'm sure when the day comes that you do go, you'll really have a good time, Dan. It's a special place. As is the city, that wonderful city that you live in, Dan. Liverpool itself as a city, mate. It's full of amazing people. I love spending time over there. Tom Jones said, I love Firmino's against Arsenal. The second one was sexy, the way he John Barnes all the way through them. Mahesh said, hey Craig, never been to Anfield before for a game, but would be great if I get to watch us play Barca in the semis at Anfield. How can I get tickets to the game? I'm not from the UK. Excuse me for the little laugh at the end there, mate. Semi-final Champions League at Anfield. Travel agent. The safest way will be to book through a reputable travel agent. I know it kills me saying that, but if you were to travel all the way over on the word of somebody selling tickets online, I'd be wary. That's all I can really say, mate. There is no easy answer to this. They're going to be like gold dust. Any news on Gomez? He should be back after the international break, according to the manager, John. Although, yes, Gomez, yes, international break. He'll be back after the international break. Sorry, I was getting confused for a second. Still can't believe that Klopp started the Brexit midfield against Bayern. What are your thoughts on that? Obviously, Fabinho came on for Hendo. He went for experience, mate. That's my thoughts on it. He went for the midfield in the Champions League that got us to a Champions League final last year. And yes, look, as you said, Henderson got injured, and how great was it to be able to have Fabinho to come off the bench, actually. To have that strength and depth on the bench was wonderful. But that is a midfield trio that got us to a Champions League final. We can't forget that. Saying 10,000 sure feels good. Oh, Jack. I'll keep looking at it. Poochman, thank you so much, mate, for the super chat, for your 10k. That's really kind of you, buddy. Thank you so much. It does. I keep looking at it. I look at my phone. There's something called, what's it called? Fuck it, what's this? I keep forgetting what the app is called. Connor's going to hate me now because I show him it about 100 times a day. Like Social Blade. Social Blade, yes. I keep looking at Social Blade, and that gives you a live view count of your subscribers, or of anybody's. You can check out anybody's on Social Blade. And yeah, I keep looking at it all day, and seeing 10,000 is it probably shouldn't make it any different from 9,000, but it does. I'm not gonna lie, it feels like a marker in the channel's development. Yeah, it's cool. I'm very humbled, as is Connor. I'm very appreciative that there's actually that many people that think that we've created somewhere that they want to come in and chat to people in, and they want to come in and share their thoughts on the Reds. It's yeah, it's a lovely feeling. Right, what else have we got? Tickets for home Champions League games don't go on general sale. Have to have Champions League credits to get tickets for these games. Exactly, which is why I said a travel agent, buddy. It's and even at that, you're gonna pay through the nose. I mean, you're really gonna pay a lot. Okay, one marker of many to come. Thank you, Red Hulk. I've no idea where what the future holds for us, but I tell you what, the first year has been fun. The first year on here has been really fun. Right, some more news actually from UEFA today, ladies and gents, or from FIFA I should say, sorry. So FIFA have announced plans for a new Club World Cup starting in 2021. You might have heard something about this before. Gianni Infantino's been trying to push this through for a while now. So the basic layout of it is that there will be 24 teams. It'll be held every 4 years. But interestingly, and this is actually very interesting, Europe's elite clubs are so far refusing to take part in this new Club World Cup. It's supposed to start in 2021, as I said. South America will have 6 places in it. Asia and CONCACAF will get 3 places. The confederations will then decide on their own qualifying criteria. So UEFA will be able to decide what qualifies teams from Europe for the competition. But as I said, as it stands, Europe's elite clubs are refusing to take part in this competition. I don't know what your thoughts are. I don't know if anybody else has more information on this. It's not going to be held every year as it is now. It's going to be held, or is it every 4 years now, or every 2 years? I don't even know. It's that irrelevant. But either way, yeah, Club World Cup every 4 years, 24 teams. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on it if you have any thoughts on it. Tenor, get the cans in, said Lee. There you go. Expanded to Pragmaverge, yep. Champions League or DITS? I don't know what that means. Champions League or DITS? You've lost me there, Red Hulk, mate. You've lost me. Hey, Craig, do you see City losing points to Spurs? No, I don't. I think it'll be an away game if they drop points, I think. But of course, look, it's the Premier League, mate. It's a competitive league. Anything is possible. He's a centre half. He's a number 4. Watch him defend and watch him score. He'll pass the ball calm as you like. He's motherfucking Virgil van Dijk cranked. I'm reading out Crank's comment there. I do love when people put comments of a song in. I immediately go to sing it and then realise, shit, Craig, you can't sing for anything. So just stop singing, buddy, and just read it out. Every 4 years, what would you take part? You'd be knackered before the season starts, said Liam Kelt. I think it was June as well. Was it June that this tournament was going to take place? I could be wrong on that one. Craig, you're spam head. Spam? I'm cheap ham, basically, is what you're saying. So it can't even be ham. I'm cheap in a tin ham, mate. That's very nice. M1, R2, M1, N21, 2I, 3N. That's a fucking weird name. Spam head. I don't know how I feel about that, mate. I quite like a bit of spam. I'm not adverse to it. It's probably the least hurtful slagging I've ever got. So if that was your intent, I don't know, you failed. What else have we got? Murder on Sedan's floor said that would be good. I don't get to see Liverpool play against international teams. I'd love an away trip to Brazil or Argentina. That would be strange but brilliant. Not every year though. I think it'll be all held in one area though. So I don't know where the competition would be held or if it moves around. How much would you take for SpongeBob this summer? SpongeBob being Simon Mignolet, for anyone who's not sure what we're talking about. 12 maybe. I think what is he now, 31, something like that, maybe 12 million. What about you, Jose? I'd love to know what you think. Salah scoring would rid the haters, said Ted. You'd imagine, buddy, it's coming soon, wouldn't you? His performances have been getting a bit better lately, so I think the goal will come. Be nice to get out of the way before the international break, though, it would. Craig likes a bit of spam and a bit of head. Don't we all, mate? I mean, don't we all? Man City have to face Spurs 3 times in 11 days, followed by Dade. No, we'll try that again. Manchester City have to face Spurs 3 times in 11 days, followed by Manchester United in April. Absolutely didn't fuck that up the first time I said it. Valencia, Villarreal, quarter-final, great tie. Oh, if that was the Coronation Street Cup, is it? I couldn't even tell you. All I know is that Napoli are playing Arsenal. After that, I haven't got a fucking clue what's going on in that tournament. Who did Chelsea get? I don't even know. Who did Chelsea get in that one? I turned it off. I didn't even watch the draw. I could care less about the Europa League. Who did Chelsea get? Slavia Prague, was that it? Am I right in that one? From Cork to Madrid for the Champions League final is 730 return per person. From Dublin, mate, because Ryanair have a sale on, Ethan. It was looking cheaper yesterday when I looked at it. Imagine Liverpool versus River Plate or Boca Juniors. Wouldn't that be sweet, mate? That would be a good match. It'd be nice to experience other nations' fans as well. It would be lovely. It would be lovely. Liverpool Flamenco, Liverpool Boca Juniors, Liverpool River Plate, Liverpool Casario. It would be delicious. Absolutely delicious. I should send the Everton to the Club World Cup. Give the Bitters a day out. Oh, they'd probably find a way, mate, of fucking it up and not even making it to the game. Sparta Prague, thank you very much. Or Slavia Prague or Sparta Prague, thank you. Mane or Salah, top scorer for Liverpool. Oh, it's going to go right to the wire, isn't it, domestic butler? I think Mo will get it. I think he'll go on a little bit of a run. He'll score 4 or 5 more as the season works out. I think he might just nick it. But you know what? I'm happy either way. It's all about the team for me. It's all about the points on the board and not individual accolades. Although I do want Virgil van Dijk to win Player of the Season, I'm not going to lie. Paisley recommended the club didn't play the South American Championships when we won our first European Cup because they were thugs. Interesting. Who do you think will win, Valencia or Villarreal? Valencia. I think Valencia. Villarreal are not in a good moment in Spain. I think, if memory serves, they're down the bottom end of the table. Excuse me. Valencia, they were so lucky to get through. They conceded a very late goal and then went and scored in the 3rd minute of injury time to go through. I would say Valencia, but you know, again, a difficult tie for them both. Liverpool versus New York City FC, my team, said David Tobin. I don't know, mate. It's too much like City, isn't it? It's just too much like Manchester City, David. Liverpool against Atlanta. Atlanta will be pretty cool. Should play Liverpool from Uruguay. Yes, there is a Liverpool FC from Uruguay. Gonad, spot on. If we sell Mignolet, would you have Karius back on the bench? No, I wouldn't. I would have Kevin Kelleher on the bench personally. The Karius thing is one worth keeping an eye on over the next few months because he's not happy in Besiktas because he's not getting paid. Besiktas don't seem to be happy with him. Fulham are looking like they could get relegated, which means Sergio Rico has been linked with a move possibly back over to Besiktas. So, yeah, let's wait and see. Is it Sergio Rico? Do I have that one right? Was he the keeper? I must admit, Man United not my cup of tea, but Mark makes me laugh at times, said Dan. Oh, he's a good lad. Mark's a very good lad, as we've said. Never mind all the banter with us in United and me wanting United to rot in hell and stuff. Mark is a good lad. Do you think Fifi D will be captain next year? Not if Jordan Henderson's at the club. He won't be stripped of it. If Henderson leaves, there's every chance, absolutely. And of course James Milner might leave as well and he could be vice captain. Can't believe Mallorca used to be in the Champions League. Yeah, and not that they had what's your man's name again? What's the guy's name that used to play for fucking Mallorca? Samuel Eto'o played there as well before he went to Barcelona, which is just nuts. Did you hear Georgie Burgess passed away? I did. My wife told me earlier on, John. That probably won't mean anything to non-Irish people. An actor that played a big part in a major Irish film that was loved by most of the country, to be fair, the film. Always sad to hear somebody passed away like that. Back in the day, it used to be Barcelona, Valencia, Villarreal, top 4 in La Liga. Or Real, Barca, Valencia, Villarreal, excuse me. Lucky Bastard got Porto. What do you think about Man United versus Barcelona? I don't fancy United to go through, if I'm being honest. It's froxed, but anything is possible. Both two sides, two teams full of European pedigree. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting run. Yeah, I'd rather play Barcelona, but I'd probably fancy us more against Manchester United, if that makes sense. What I don't like about it though is if you guys, and I'm assuming you're a United fan, buddy, if you get past Barcelona and Manchester City get through as well, it means that we'll have to reverse the fixtures around, which means we'd lose the advantage of having the second leg of the semi-final at Anfield if we got through. Some days I can't come on the stream because I've school in the morning. That is okay, Bobby, mate. There's no expectations for anybody to join in, buddy. If you have the time, come on and have some fun. If you can't do it, my friend, that is okay too. School is very important, and you should be giving it, should be your top priority. We need to sign cover for both fullbacks in the summer, said John M. Gonna watch it after here, Brian. Good. I'm not sure what that was about. What happens to football rattles? I don't know what. Oh, the oaks you go around like. So I think some places still use them. There are some clubs that still use them rattles. De Gea versus Messi, which is basically one way of looking at that. Mark Lawrenson says Liverpool will beat Fulham 2-0. As long as it's 3 points, buddy, I'm okay with that. Far Isle is in, said hey all, listening, cooking, paperwork, busy but here. Welcome in, buddy, great to hear you with us. Camacho is electric, said Pragmaverts. I'm just looking at my notes. I think I've gone through all of my notes. Yes, I have. I'm happy because there's nothing worse than when I go off a stream and I realise I forgot to say 2 or 3 things I'd written down. Love the channel, great crack, said David Niblock. Thank you, mate. I have good fun on here as well. It's a pleasure to come on and talk to people every night. I'm going to go on for a couple more minutes, guys, and then I'm going to call it a night because it will have been, a 90-minute stream so far. It's flown by, though. It really has. It's been a really quick night tonight. Last shout out, if you haven't subscribed, please do hit that button. We're going to work on another giveaway soon, actually. We've given away 3 signed John Barnes photographs and a shirt from Score Draw over the past week, so that was great to be able to do that, and we are working to try and give away a few more bits and pieces, so please make sure you hit that subscribe button, and of course drop a like on the stream. Craig, I was talking to Dave's LFC chats. Apparently he's banned for copyright. Is it true? Yes, it is. We've been speaking to him. I can't even speak today. We've been speaking to him a little bit as well, understanding what he's been through, of course, because we've gone through it ourselves. I hope he gets it sorted out. He didn't break any rules. It's as simple as that. And if he's playing by the rules, there's no reason for him to be booted out. And I know what's happened to him, and our hearts go out to him because it must be very frustrating. Have you seen the new Madeleine McCann documentary on Netflix? Not yet, but I'm going to watch it over the coming days, Brian. It is in my list on Netflix, but I'm still working I've just worked my way through the Defiant ones, and if anybody has Netflix and hasn't watched the Defiant ones, and if you're a music fan like I am, watch it. It's about Jimmy Iovine, Dr. Dre, them starting up the record label, Jimmy's career basically when he was a record producer, then signing Dr. Dre and NWA, signing Trent Reznor, Nine Inch Nails, Marilyn Manson, Eminem, starting Interscope Records. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a 4-part series, 1 hour long roughly for each episode. It's brilliant. I could not recommend it highly enough. It's brilliant. The Defiant ones is what it's called, as in Defiant, DEFIANT. Absolutely amazing. And Rapture, if you're into music, is another good show on there where they get 6 up and coming rappers or 6. Well, I suppose Logic will be pretty much established at this moment, but 6 lower level rappers, I should say, and follow them around. It's brilliant. Mouse mat on order. Hand on heart, Joanne, no, not yet. I haven't done it because I'm trying to figure out if I design one with an Anfield agenda on it and get that made up, or if I just go and buy one. Plus, I probably need a new mouse as well, so I might get the 2 together in one go. But I haven't forgotten, Joanne. I promise it will be gotten. Aftermath. No, Aftermath came after. Aftermath was Dre's own label that came off after they started. Interscope was the label that Jimmy Iovine, Dr. Dre, I think it was Atlantic Records as well, maybe came together and started. But like that record label, Interscope, they started out, so they had Marilyn Manson, they had Nine Inch Nails, they had Dr. Dre, they had fucking the Black Eyed Peas, Gwen Stefani. Who else did they sign on that label? God almighty, it was a ridiculous amount of talent. Remember watching this back earlier on. The Game, 50 Cent, Eminem. Oh, it was just ridiculous. Like the label was just basically the voice of the late 90s and early 2000s. Have you seen Money Heist, Craig? Really great show. I haven't. No, I haven't. I must have a look at it though. Logic signed a 30 million deal, said Pragmaverts. Yeah, that 1-800 song really opened up the mainstream for him. I like Hallelujah though, actually. If you're looking at Logic, I like Hallelujah. I think I'm not a religious person, but I like that song. Where's the iPhone case and the merch? I can't see them. So click in on any of the links that you see in the chat, mate, and then you will see underneath other products, and you will see 17 other items or something like that, and click on there and you'll see the phone cases there. So basically just click on any of the links, whether it be the t-shirt or whatever, look underneath it and you'll see other products, and then under that again you'll see a number of other things available. I think it says 17. Just click on that. Talking about Netflix, Umbrella Academy, I've heard Ellen Page support Liverpool. I don't watch that type of show, mate, so I haven't seen it. Somebody said earlier on about Ellen Page support Liverpool. Actually, I don't know how true it is, Dan. All them labels are all connected. Yes, they are, absolutely. Interscope as well, as I said. Aftermath, they got their own label. Then I think will.i.am got his own label as well, all interconnected in there as well, as you said, Blue. Fascinating though, really fascinating 4-part series. From your perspective, what upgrade do you think needs to happen in the Premier League? What do you mean by upgrade, buddy? I'm not sure what you mean by upgrade in the Premier League. I'm a little bit confused by the question. Happy to answer it, I just genuinely don't know from what perspective you mean. What do you do to chill when you're not watching football? Listen to Joe Rogan. Listen to the Joe Rogan Experience. Watch Netflix. Always comedy though. Well, 99% of the time it's comedy. Sometimes I watch documentaries. But yeah, that's pretty much it. When I'm not watching football or doing stuff for this or with my family, I'm listening to the Joe. Like when I finish this stream, I'll go downstairs, I'll listen to the Joe Rogan podcast for an hour, and then I'll settle in, do some more writing for the weekend, get some links done up, get some drafts done up for future shows and a few other bits and pieces. Probably annoy Connor for a little bit, even though he's out in the piss, because I'll tell him I need something done or another. And yeah, that's probably it. I kind of 24/7 AA. Like every time I'm doing this, every time I wake up, I'm thinking about Anfield Agenda. When I go to bed, I'm thinking about Anfield Agenda. When I'm not doing that, I'm thinking about Crack On. I'm thinking about Liverpool. I'm thinking about what we can do next, who I could bring on, what type of show we could do. It's actually really consuming doing this, but in a very, very good and positive way. I love it. I absolutely love doing this. Any thoughts on the New Zealand mosque massacre? Touched on it earlier on, Brian. I don't really like to discuss these things on the stream, but obviously it's heartbreaking to see it happen, and you never want to see that happen anywhere in the world. Do you like David Icke and his thoughts on the world? I don't know who that is, mate. Excuse my ignorance there. I don't know who it is. Any idea when Kanye West is on Joe Rogan? I'm still waiting for that one, and I'm still waiting for Megan Phelps as well. The girl from that was part of the what is that church in America? There's something Baptist church, or there's something, oh fuck's sake. Megan Phelps, Fred Phelps was her dad or her granddad, and he started that ridiculous church in America that goes around with the God hates fag signs and all that stuff. What is the name? I can't think of the name of the church. There's something Baptist church, or there's something. Somebody will know. Anyway, yeah, I'm waiting for her to come on as well, because he said she was going to be on soon. The second interview on Joe Rogan with Jack Dorsey was actually very good, because there was more challenging questions put to him as well. The Westboro Baptist Church, that is the one, Brian, thank you. Yes, Megan Phelps, the daughter, I believe, or the granddaughter of the guy that started that, is going to be on Joe Rogan at some point, I believe. Am I too late for the party? Just getting to the end of the party, October, but you know, there's never too late when the lights are still on. Afterlife on Netflix, I am watching at the minute, Pranav. Actually, I'm about 4 episodes into it. Brilliant. Ricky Gervais at his absolute finest. It's a perfect mix of comedy, emotion, and just walking that line between cringy and acceptable. It's brilliant. Really good. My man Joe Rogan has some mind-bending stuff. Joe Rogan is a fucking legend, buddy, isn't he? I absolutely idolise him from a comedic standpoint. He's hilarious doing stand-up. His podcast is sensational, as you've said. He's just brilliant. I love him. Do you believe in conspiracy theories? Yes, to an extent. Not probably as much as some people do, but conspiracy theories are something we're going to talk about on Crack On, Domestic Butler. Yeah, we're gonna have so much fun on that channel with some stuff that we want to talk about. Just some stuff we wouldn't dare bring up on here because it would offend too many people, and it's not Liverpool related. So, David Icke has been on Joe Rogan. Have a watch. I know this is weird because it's free on YouTube, but I only listen to it on podcasts. I know that's odd. People always say to me, well, why the fuck don't you watch it? But I don't know, there's just something nicer about closing my eyes and listening to a podcast. Boya, how are we, mate? Welcome. David Icke used to be a sports presenter. He appeared on Rogan, or Wogan. I think he meant Rogan, but you wrote Wogan. But either way, we'll have it. What made you focus on LFC content? Is that what you meant, buddy? Because it's a passion. It's a passion. Liverpool, Crack On is going to be, I got to be blunt about it, Crack On is going to be our attempt at launching a commercial channel. It's going to be our attempt at making money. Long term, I've always said this has never been about money, which it isn't, but Crack On, it will be about making money long term. That's the honest truth of it. I'm not going to hide that from the start. We're going to do things we think will be fun. Do things we think will reach a wide audience. And we'll try and attract sponsors and make money off it. Whereas this is always been about passion. Anfield Agenda has always been about Liverpool, about meeting other Reds, and money's been the furthest thing from our minds. Did you watch Sunderland Till I Die? No, I haven't watched it yet. I'm tickety-boo, thank you, boy, mate. Tickety-boo, particularly after the Champions League draw today. My favourite conspiracy is the Adolf Hitler one about him not killing himself and going to South America. The world is flat. Yeah, it really isn't though. The New Zealand terrorist has just appeared in court. Again, I'm trying to stay away from that one, Brian. It's not really foreign here. Right, what have we got? That whole world is round or flat thing is very interesting. Did you hear when Alex Jones was on Joe Rogan recently and they were talking about this? And Alex Jones was saying that he would fund one of the guys to go on a boat around the world to see if the world is flat or not. It was hilarious. I watched Captain Marvel last night, said Dan. Not my type of stuff. Not really into superheroes and all that kind of stuff. My son is, but it's not for me. I have no idea how you don't have more than 1 million subs. Nowhere near good enough, I suppose, mate, if it's the honest answer. Look, we're never going to get 1 million subs. That's alright. 10,000 subs is amazing. But I love the compliment, thank you. What have we got? His high school friend, I just can't think of the guy's name. What was the guy's name that came on with Alex Jones? Alex Jones. I can't think of the guy's name. I can't think of the other guy's name that was on with Alex Jones. But yeah, he was his high school friend. Eddie Bravo. Was that it? Eddie Bravo, it was, Kieran, thank you. Joe Rogan's first podcast with Alex is the best podcast I've ever seen. Their newest one was great. I haven't seen the first one, but I'm going to go back and listen to it now, Kieran. I'm definitely going to listen to it now that you've said it's that good. Greg, tonight as always, Craig, top man, showing your support for people like Dave. LFC chats makes you a legend in my eyes. We're all in this together, Domestic Butler. That's the thing I've always said. We're a community. Dave started out as part of our community and then he went and did his own thing, which is great. Love seeing people have a go at stuff. But yeah, we're a community on here, mate. If we can all help each other out, we've had help. I've always been open about that. So if we can help anybody else out, I'm always going to try and do it. Joanne, good night, mate. I hope you and the son have a wonderful weekend. Okay, Eddie Bravo, that is it. Liverpool versus Porto prediction. I want to say pain because that's the Rocky comment, isn't it? But a comfortable victory for Liverpool over 2 legs, if I'm being honest. Alex Jones is a right wing dick though. Oh, he's nuts. October. He's so fucking funny though. On Joe Rogan, it was really good. Louis Theroux does excellent documentaries, Brian. I've seen every single one of them, mate. He's a very, very good documentary maker and documentary host. Alex Jones did the BBC One show. No, it's not that Alex Jones. This is I don't want to say a right wing nut job, but yeah, he just Google Alex Jones. What's his show called again? Infowars or News Wars. Google that and you'll see which Alex Jones we're talking about. Doing anything for Paddy's Day? The Reds, mate. I'm watching the Reds playing on Paddy's Day. That's it. Watch along for the Reds and spend the time with the family. I think Porto will be more of a challenge than last season. Yeah, probably. Probably boy, but I still fancy us against them over 2 legs. I think you could get up 2 big subs. Look at United stand, you're just as good. Thank you, mate. That's, I mean, Mark's been cracking away at that with the guys in the United stand for many years and they do a great job. Redmen, the same, great job. If we ever get to that level, it'll be amazing. But we'll just keep doing what we do and see how it works out. Do you think we can afford to let Lovren in to disrupt the back too much? We're going to have to, probably, because Matip's played a lot of games recently, so probably will give him some time after the international break, Blue. Louis Theroux was on Joe Rogan, Red Hulk, and I did enjoy that one. His show got banned off every major platform. I think, is it still on YouTube? I think till recently he was still on YouTube anyway. I'm going to record Liverpool versus Porto on TV, radio and on the box, so fair enough. Right, will you be taking time off throughout the 2 weeks off? Yes. Actually, I probably should have mentioned that before. I don't know how long yet. I don't know whether to take off 5 days or whether to go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday during the international break. But we'll talk about it closer to Sunday. And I'll let you guys decide because it's your channel. I do want to take some time off over the international break though because I could do with a bit of a rest. But whether that's, you know, taking 5 days consecutively off or I go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. I'll let you guys decide that one closer to the time. Favourite Liverpool player at the moment, Bobby Firmino. Ever, Robbie Fowler. Craig is going on hiatus. You need a break. When the international break is on, mate, if you can take a few days off. Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I'm going around in a blur. I feel like I'm not getting any sleep sometimes. Like today, I'm really struggling today. But I know I've got a few days off coming up, so it's all good. And as I said, this is a pleasure, never a pain. Take the full week off. The honest answer to that is I'd be fucking petrified if I take a week off that people would find on the channel and I'd come on and nobody'd be here after the week. That's how nervy and anxious I am. Taking that long off would put the shits right up me, I'm not going to lie. When you're heading to England for the rest of the season, you coming anywhere near the Midlands? I think I am, boy. One of the interviews that we have planned for the summer will take us to the Midlands, I think. So I don't want to give away too much, but yes, I do think we'll be heading to the Midlands. Who would you prefer in the last 4, Barca or United? Barca, Sonia. I think we'd have a better chance of beating United, but I'd still rather play Barcelona. How about you, Sonia? Who would you like? Hi May, how are you? I'm very good, thank you, Blake. Just about to head off. Sorry about that, I know you've just joined, but we did start a bit early tonight, so I'm going to head off soon. Don't take 10 days off, you won't be the same. Oh, I won't take 10 days off, it'll be 5 max. There's no way I'd take 10 days off. I just probably wouldn't come back if I took 10 days off. I'd get so relaxed. And yeah, I mean, I remember when I took 3 days off before, you get into a routine of not doing it. And I'm someone that lives and functions off routine, so I'm having a rest, just taking a little time, so no need to have an extra break. Rather play Barca. When we had to play Porto, what was your reaction? I was somewhat happy, Dan, somewhat disappointed. I was happy because I think it's a tie we can get through for the semi-final. I was a little bit disappointed because I wanted an Ajax, a Barcelona, a Juventus. I wanted a big glamorous tie, but I'm happy now. Hot chocolate 20 minutes before bed helps you sleep. I don't drink hot chocolate, unfortunately. I do drink Diet Coke though, by the ton. United to kill their dreams, said Sonia. It would be nice to knock them out, let's be fair. Kanye West is a genius, a mad genius. Kanye West has one of my favourite quotes of all time, Pooch Mount. Shut the fuck up and enjoy the greatness. That's one of my favourite quotes of all time. I love it. I love that. It sums up everything I want to say to the world at times. Shut the fuck up and enjoy the greatness. It's a beautiful thing. I love when he said that. Oh, that's okay, Blake. Never really need to apologise, mate. I was just letting you know in case you thought I was being rude, doing a legger. Right, guys, look. We're going to leave it there. Again, last shout out, if you haven't subscribed, please do hit that button, and of course drop a like on the stream. Give us a shout when you're in the Midlands. We'd love to meet. We'll most certainly do that, boy. 100%. Would love to meet up and film something with you as well, mate. Yeah, definitely will be doing that if we go that direction, I promise you that. Right, what else we got? No, I was joking about 10 days off because that's what Liverpool had off and they came back and played shit. Oh, sorry, I didn't cop that. Sorry, mate. I'm probably a little bit too tired. But rather play Barca in the semi-finals at Liam Granby. Me too. Although I think we'd have a better chance against United, I'd still rather play Barca. Look, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your Friday. I'll be back tomorrow night at probably 9:30 again. We'll probably go for 9:30 tomorrow night. Hope you can join us for that. We'll look ahead to the game on Sunday. Thank you very much for your time as always. It's been a pleasure chatting to you wonderful people. Enjoy your weekends. It's Paddy's weekends. Look after your families. Tell your loved ones that you love them. And up the motherfucking Reds.